As far as the Steve Harvey situation goes, Steve Harvey said there is no divorce. He said that's fake news. Steve Harvey said he is not divorcing his queen. That is fake news. Steve Harvey said he is not divorcing his queen. That is fake news. Now, whether she cheated on him with the security guard, whether she cheated on him with the chef, I don't know. That's Steve Harvey and his wife's business. Stay out of people's bedrooms. Stay out of people's bedrooms. I'm not a big Steve Harvey fan because he doesn't really do anything for the community. He's very much Christ out, somewhat coonish. But what happens in his bedroom is between him and his wife. But I will say this. If you are an old school player, you beyond the age of 55, if you are an old school player, you got to be careful when you choose your wife. When you are old school player, you over the age of 55, you got to be careful when you choose your wife. Because some of the elder queens, they got a little bit of cougar left in them. Some of the queens over 55, they still got that cougar left in them. Some of them don't want to admit that they are entering elderhood. And so they want a young Shango stick to make them feel young. I'm telling you, this is, so to my old school players out there above the age of 55, to my old school players out there above the age of 55, even though you're trying to find you a nice elderly queen to chill, some elderly queens don't want to accept that it's time for elderhood. They not ready to transition yet. They want that young Shango stick. Okay? It don't matter how much money you make. Steve Harvey is a multi-millionaire. It don't matter how much money you make. Steve Harvey is a multi-millionaire. That don't mean nothing. If she got that cougar energy, or she just got an overly stimulated cookie jar. Some women got a cookie jar that stays excited. It never chill. They never chill out. Some women don't feel right unless there's something up in them tight. You understand me? Okay? And some of the older queens are just as sexual as the younger queens. Them older queens, some of them, 55, she want that 35. 65, she want that 45. You understand? And some of you old school players think because you got that nice retirement package. Some of you old school players think because you got that nice 401k. Some of you old school players think because you got good money and you got 5 businesses and 3 cars and 2 houses. You got a vacation home in the Caribbean. Some of you old school players think because you got all the materialism and money. Some of you old school players think because you got all the materialism and the money, you think that's enough to keep her honest. No, my brother. That will keep her with you. That will not keep her honest. That will keep her with you because she needs the financial subsidy, but that will not keep her honest. That will keep her with you, but that will not keep her honest. If she needs a young Shango stick and you on the Viagra list, if she needs an energetic Shango stick and you are on the Viagra autopsy list, if she looking for a healthy, organic, unapologetically African phallus, and your phallus is on the Viagra autopsy chart, if your Shango stick don't have any lightning, if your Shango stick don't have any thunder, 𝚂𝚗𝙱𝚂𝙺𝚁, 𝚂𝚗𝙱𝚂𝙺𝚁, if your Shango stick don't hit like it used to hit, I'm just being honest. If your Shango stick don't hit like it used to hit, if you ain't got no lightning coming out that Shango, if you ain't got no thunder out that Shango, if you can't tap that the way she used to get it tapped out, I didn't say all women care about intercourse. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, did I? But you want to distract from the conversation because I'm touching a nerve. You want to distract from the conversation because I'm touching a nerve. Let's not act like we ain't heard about women who slept with their sons' friends. Let's not act like we haven't heard about church-going, beautiful black middle-aged women who haven't slept with their sons' friends because she needed to know she still had it. She one of those old queens who used to have it, and she don't want to admit she's transitioning into elderhood. So she slept with her son's friends because she needed to be reminded she still got it. Not only is Stella trying to get her groove back. Not only is Stella trying to get her groove back. Not only is Stella trying to get her groove back, Miss Rashida trying to get her groove back, Miss Marjorie trying to get her groove back, Miss Hanifa trying to get her groove back, Miss Shanae trying to get her groove back. A lot of sisters over 55 still trying to get their groove back. But I'm going to tell you young kings something right now. I'm going to tell you young kings something right now. I'm going to tell you young kings something right now. You go and seduce one of these elderly queens. You go and seduce, go get you a sugar mama if you want, my 30-year-old kings, my early 40-year-old kings, my late 20-year-old kings. Go ahead and seduce you a sugar mama, queen mother if you want. And think you're going to step off after she'd have spent all her money? You think you're going to step off as she been cooking her favorite casserole and her favorite butter biscuits for you? And she been clapping those old cheeks for you? And you think you're just going to get up and walk after you've exploited her financially and emotionally? She'll pull out that Glock on your ass. She'll pull out that Glock on your ass. She'll pull out that AR. She'll pull out that 40 cal. I'm telling my young kings, don't get with these 50-year-old queens thinking it's going to be easy like that. Don't think because she bought you a car and keep that money in your pocket and paid your child support and got your dental benefits hooked up. She got your teeth rearranged and all that. And you think you're going to hit it and quit it after she'd invested $30,000, $40,000 in your ass. Oh, no. She's going to pull out the hammer on you. You're going to catch that desert eagle. You're going to catch that desert eagle. Don't play with the elderly. They don't have time. Don't play with the elderly. They don't have time. And the same thing go for my old school young players. Brothers in their 40s like me. Brothers in their 40s like me. You get you a little young chick, 25, 30. You gas her up, whisper all that game in her head. Tear her walls down, beat the brakes off them cheeks, and you think you just gonna step off and this young girl that fell in love with you and you know she had daddy issues. You think you're gonna step off and this young girl that fell in love with you and you know she had daddy issues. You think you're gonna wee her down. You think you're gonna Shango stick that 35-year-old and step off. You think you're going to wave the Shango stick at that 35-year-old single mother with 4 kids after you made her think you was her shining prince in black armor? She going to pull out that desert eagle on your ass. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Young sisters, don't play on the emotions of the older men. His ass might be on one leg in a cane, but he can still pull out that desert eagle on your young thirsty ass. Stay in your age group if you ain't ready to deal with the consequences. Stay in your age group if you ain't ready to deal with the consequences. Stay in your age group if you ain't ready to deal with the consequences. See, a lot of us are emotionally weak, right? The other person really didn't run no game on you, black man. That sister didn't run no game on you. Black woman, that brother didn't run no game on you. He didn't really run no game on you. You know why? Why is Prince 𝚂𝚗𝙀 saying he didn't really run no game on you? She didn't really run no game on you. Because even though they were lying to you, you knew the truth anyway. Even though they lied, you already knew what the deal was. Can we stop trying to act like we didn't know? You knew he had other women. You knew her old ass was still dating her ex-husband on the side. You knew that. You knew that young cougar, you wasn't the only fowler she was mounting. That girl 25 and she only get to see you once a month. You think you the only fowler she been riding. Come on, stop. Come on. Can we stop acting like we don't know? We know what these people be doing, but we too weak to walk away. You should have walked away after the first date. You should have walked away after the second date. You should have walked away after the third date, but you didn't. You stayed because you were too weak to say no. You were too weak to say no. Those ass cheeks had your ass thirsting. That Shango stick had your ass thirsting. Let's stop playing these games. I keep telling you, Negroes, relationships do not solve personal emotional problems. I keep telling you this. Ladies, the book is coming for sisters only, relationships and dating. The book is coming. I have set a deadline of January the 1st, 2024 for the For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating book. I'm going to go on the For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating tour. My beautiful black queens, I'm going to finish that book this last quarter. A biological For Sisters Only tour. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on the older sisters. I find me a nice 55-year-old with some skills and benefits. If a black queen come up to me and say, Dr. Umar, I'm 55 years old. I believe in your mission. If you make me one of your wives, I will finance 2 more FDMG academies. Oh, yes. We jump in the broom. And if she can't jump, we will crawl over the broom. I said, if she can't jump the broom, we will crawl over the broom. And if she can't crawl over the broom, we will just break the broom. Let a 55-year-old queen come to me talking about, I'm going to build some FDMG schools with my retirement money. I lost my husband 10 years ago and I got a couple million and I want to help you build FDMG all over the African diaspora. But in order to do that, I have to be one of your queens. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We jump in that broom. We crawling over that broom. We gonna break that broom. We gonna crack the broom because it's revolution over romance. Because it's revolution over romance. Because it's revolution. It is institutions over intimacy. It is business before the back shots. Oh yes, brothers and sisters. It is politics before the punani. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Any of my pre-elder queens got some money to help me build the nation? Any of my pre-elder queens want to finance the movement? Oh, we're going to act like Queen Mother Harriet Tubman didn't marry a man almost 20 years younger than her? Are we going to act like Queen Mother Harriet Tubman didn't marry a man almost 20 years younger than her? Are we going to act like the greatest woman to ever walk on American soil, Queen Mother Araminta Ross, Harriet Tubman, didn't marry a man 20 years? Are we going to act like the wife of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the prophet of Islam, Aisha? Wasn't she almost 20 years older than the prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah? Wasn't Aisha 20 years older than Muhammad ibn Abdullah? My Muslim brothers. Salam alaikum to my Muslim brothers. Salam alaikum to my Muslim brothers. Wasn't Aisha 20 years older than the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him? She was about 20 years older than that man. So don't tell me I can't have a sister with financial capital who's willing to donate that capital. It was Khadijah. Thank you for the correction. Khadijah, the wife of the Prophet Muhammad, she was about 20 years older than Muhammad. So let's stop acting like. Ain't nothing wrong with a conscious cougar who wants to commit to the revolution. There's nothing wrong with a conscious cougar who wants to help out with the movement. Ain't nothing wrong with a conscious queen of an older age who wants to help out with the revolutionary struggle. It ain't money driven, it's revolution driven. But clearly you don't understand that the revolution got to be financed. You clearly don't understand that the revolution has to be financed. You clearly don't understand the revolution has to be financed. If you don't like what I'm saying, why you on my live? All Negropeans, hop off the live right